Hello and thanks again for joining me for another episode of SpaceBourne 2. Picking up where we left off last time, did a couple of freelancer jobs while we're waiting for our army to level up. So these guys here. Now in between the episode I did fly over to the ETOC system where our next main story mission is. And along the way stopped into a couple of stations to try and find some missing components. And so now I've got all T4 components here. So I think I was missing a hull. Still only had a T2 hull. And so now we're in a bit better shape. While I was here docked in this station, I kind of wish I did have recording going because this station did get attacked while I was in here. And this is a level 14 to 24 level system that we're in. And so almost got my butt kicked. While I was doing that, as you can see, our guys have leveled up and I think they're at the max that they can get until we gain some more levels. Or at least this first lot is. Got a bunch more waiting to come in. So we're going to add those in. Well, I can't because I've got max capacity. So these guys here, they are now going to be contributing to this tax from citizens. And these amounts may be affected by your constitution and your taxes here. I've gone down the chaos path. Haven't tried that before, so I'm giving it a go. So all of that does have some effect. So anyway, now that our guys are leveled up, we are going to head to the planet Brion in this system, and I'm currently docked at the Lion Station, which is just above the planet where we're going to go. So if we just turn around here, and there's the planet there. Gonna pop our engines up.
Engine module offline.
And if we hit B, you can see there's our mission there. So back to our underground base.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Engine module online.
Now, if you do find that you are struggling in some of these space battles and struggling to get better equipment, I mean, you don't have to play it the way I'm playing it. Typically, I would spend more time doing more freelancer missions and getting the rank 2 level unlocked. But I'm trying to do this series without getting too sidetracked on the side missions and trying to keep the story moving along. But, you know, it's a good way to level up and also access that higher tier gear. And also, if you do the bounty hunter missions and level that up, that'll also give you access to the legendary tier components as well. We haven't even started bounty hunting in this series yet, but that, or even if you just get to tier 2, you know, like we did with the freelancers, it does open up more gear for you. This is for your ship. So the freelancers gives you weapons. The bounty hunters will give you components for your ship. And the mercenaries we haven't touched on those either, but that'll give you access to more. It's supposed to give you more stuff for, like you're on the ground fighting gear, which haven't really been doing a great deal of that. And if you want to level up your ground fighting gear, then it's also a good idea to do some of these mail missions yourself. So we've just been sending our freelancers to do all those. But you see these have different icons here. That one will give you pilot XP. That one will give you soldier XP. So just some things to keep in mind. But we're pretty much ready to go here. We should be fine. These guys are all like twice the level of what we're going to be dealing with in just a few moments. So I'm going to hop out. Going to head along into our headquarters. And we're going to have a little bit of dialogue to go through. So jump down here to the table and click on start meeting. So F for that at the table.
Before we start the meeting, we need to decide on something.
We have captured a lot of prisoners in recent battles, but we don't know what to do with them. Our organization needs to decide on a policy in this regard.
I think holding captives is dangerous and bad for the reputation of our organization. We should show our enemies that we are more compassionate than they are. Let's return these prisoners to their homes and families. If we follow this policy for a while, our enemies will show us the same treatment. This strengthens our hand in the long run.
The most ridiculous thing I've heard lately. If we release the prisoners, they will appear again with new equipment. And this time, they will be more courageous. After all, they make sure that nothing will happen to them when they surrender. Let's be realistic. Money is what keeps an organization afloat. If we run out of money, these loyal soldiers of yours will stab you in the back. If you want to try, raise military taxes. See what happens. There are two jobs that make the most money: drug and slave trade. If we enslave these captives and sell them in the slave market and distribute this money to our own soldiers, we will both make our soldiers happy and gain more soldiers in long term.
How sick you are!
I think the most logical thing to do is to proceed with military methods. Let's keep our prisoners as bargaining chips. The way we treat the prisoners of the enemy, the same way they treat our captive soldiers. Let's make a suitable prison for them and use it as a bargaining chip in diplomatic deals.
So, the last word is yours. Which way do you think we should go?
Okay, so like the previous setup of our faction, this is a continuation of that. And, we point on whichever of these three of our commanders that we want to choose. So Molyax is the chaotic one. We've got the Justice, I think it's Justice, and the other one is the Goody Two Shoes. So I've normally in previous playthroughs done either of these two. Now a lot of these choices at the moment in the game don't seem to make a great difference, but I assume that they will do in later updates. Because we're doing we're going down the Chaos Road in this playthrough. That is new to me. Haven't tried it before, so we're going to keep on that. I'm not really a fan of the idea of slavery in person, being a descendant of a slave myself, but we'll go down the chaotic route and we'll see how this goes. So we're going to click on Molyax.
What? I don't believe you chose this path. I never expected this from you.
Once again,
you're making a mistake. but the choice is yours.
Once again,
Now that
they're
we've
not happy about it.
decided on this, we can return to our main topic.
There is a station named Integration Center in the Heseed system. In the galaxy, it is referred to as the place of human integration station. In that system ruled by House Surrogate.
House Surrogate was the weakest family in the galaxy. During the Oprana leadership, they rose using humans. After Oprana's death, his stepdaughter Sura Surrogate took the throne, and I know Sura. She's a complete idiot. I think they are the family that should be wiped out first from the galaxy.
I agree.
We need to conquer and destroy that station.
In this way, we can ensure that the galaxy can hear us, and that the Earthlings can trust us.
Before proceeding, I must add that our soldiers are not experienced yet. Entering this battle directly can cause a lot of casualties. I advise you to let your soldier do some freelance missions until they gain combat experience.
Robot is right. It would be wise to let our pilots gain some experience. In the meantime, you can upgrade your ship and weapons. As far as I can see, your ship still has mediocre equipment.
So we've already
However,
done that.
This does not prevent us from determining our strategy.
By the way, I've been telling you for a while that I'm not feeling well. Recently, this situation has started to deteriorate. I'm working on a solution, but it wouldn't make sense for me to join you in this battle.
So we've already leveled up our guys and we're ready to go. So now, doesn't really matter which of these that you pick. You might get a longer or a shorter explanation.
I'm not sure about what is wrong, but my body sometimes gives incomplete or incorrect response to my commands. I don't want to mess things up in such an important battle.
That's enough drama. Can we get back to our main topic now?
Okay,
We
let's
need 3
open that
pilot squads
interface.
and 1 dropship for this battle. First, give these roles to your soldiers via the faction interface.
So at the end of that meeting, I don't know, it sort of glitches you over here. And now we've got a tutorial ninja. We're going to hit you. We're going to hit faction. Going to go over here to operations. Well, we need to put our soldiers in first. So we'll grab some pilots here. Good old Vunt can be one of our generals. And we'll just pop these guys in. Just drag and drop them like that. Put her to Space Forces. And I like to try and pick one that's got a name that I'm going to sort of remember. Just helps me know which guys I'm dealing with. So Barris seems like a good name. And it can also be Space Forces. Make sure we've got 4 of these guys in. And now we want some soldiers. So these guys over here, I think Wilson. And we'll put them on ground forces.
In order to organize an operation, open the operations panel.
So drag these guys in, the guys with the soldier levels, rather than the pilot levels. Oops, not that one. Oh well, you'll do. Once you put them in here, you can drag them back out. But if you do, see now, this guy's already charging a fee. If I pop him back down into freelancers, like you can see these freelancers, they're not charging fees. So I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's something that is actually in the game, but once they've been in here and you drag them back out and put them back down here, then they continue charging fees. So I meant to grab a level 13, I'll put a 12 in there. it's not going to matter. He'll level up. Alright. Now, we can also put wingmen. And I did previously say that we want at least 15 pilots. But I forgot about having an extra 4 for wingmen. But we've got those anyway, so I'm going to put them in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, now we're set. So, if we go to operations.
Now select set operation target. Now find House Saragon in the list and click it.
So we just scroll down. And to go past it, there it is. That one.
Now find and select integration station.
And integration station is this one.
Set this station as the operation location.
So we click down here.
Good, we set our attack target. Now we need to set tactics. So click the open tactical map button.
So we click over here now.
Our goal is to capture the integration station, but the station is surrounded by support buildings. Every support building we capture will weaken the station. And if we land troops on a weakened station, our chances of success will be higher.
Okay, I think we should take the turret quarters first, with all the fighter squads we have.
Or we can send 2 troops to turret quarter and 1 to docks. We don't want surprise ships during battle.
Interestingly, I agree with Molex. We shouldn't divide our troops. Let's take the turret quarter first.
Okay,
Now
so
push all 3 fighter squads to the battlefield by pressing the Add to Battle button and order an attack on the turret quarter.
we can just add them all, or at least it's asking us to. But once you click on Add to Battle, this is our little fighter squadron here. We want to come over here, and as we move this around, you get reinforce, you get attack. Attack is normally like in that middle section of the square on all 4 sides. So we want to set that one to attack. We want to do the same with Vunt. Sometimes it can be a bit touchy, this map. And we want to do the same with Barris.
Good.
You'll probably have
Now
different
press the
names.
next phase button.
So you can see all 3 are on attack. If they don't say attack, then you haven't done it right. Sometimes we get moved to or reinforce or whatever. So as long as they all 3 of them say attack, and this goes later on, like at the moment we're locked into a tutorial and it won't let us do our own thing. Later on we'll do missions like this where we actually choose what we want to do ourselves. So
Okay, after we capture that point, we can divide our force between barracks and shield quarters. Now select these ships and send them to these places.
okay. So you can click down here or you can click up here. So if we click on this guy and we're going to send them up here and attack here. And you can see its status has changed to attack. Going to do the same with this one. And we're going to set this one to go over here and attack.
Good. Now press the next phase button.
So we click next phase
Now
here.
select the drop ship and send it to the main building.
Now grab Wilson. And we drop the happy volleyball in here.
It is wise to bombard the main building while our soldiers try to take it. You can send fighter squads to the main building to siege. When you are ready, press execute button to send these tactics to squads.
Okay. Now if you set these guys before you put in the drop ship, it'll actually reset these. So do your drop ship first. And then we can move these guys and we'll put them down. If it's in this border around here, it'll go to siege. So these are like just sort of aerial support, and our dropship is going to drop soldiers onto the station. So they should all say siege, and that one drop. We'll hit execute.
You have determined your strategy for this battle. You can now close this interface.
So we can hit close, or we can click this up here, and this will bring us back to this screen. And you can see that this is set. Now if we want to go ahead, if we're ready to go ahead with this battle, which we are, we're going to hit execute here. Now it's executed. So this this station is in the system 16. Now I think it does come up in our contracts. 16, yep, so we can set the route from there. If we're doing our own, then we'd need to take note of the system and set the route manually ourselves. So from here, go up the stairs, hop back in our ship. And we'll take off. And we're in a cave, so we'll look for the opening. Head straight up towards the sky. And burst out into the atmosphere. Now we're going to head over to the Stargate. Got our route set, so once we zip over there, we'll go through and we'll get to the system that we're heading to. And this should be pretty easy battle because all our guys are pretty well leveled up. So we'll just scoot along. Hit Control H once we get to the Stargate.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you.
Yeah, I think there's a few jumps to get there, so it might take a moment.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route.
Still got at least another jump or two, I think.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay, so here we are. Now, whenever we're doing one of these types of battles, you can see that's the target station, integration station, but we don't want to head there. We want to head over here to the escape route because that is where the rest of our guys will be waiting for us.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Okay, so you can see all our guys, all our squads are all around here. And we've also got our wingmen. We want to press F1 to bring them. And by default they go at fire at will. I'm going to leave them at that. We're going to hit T. And now that everybody's there, now we're going to hit up the station. So we're going to lock on over there. We're going to probably get tutorial ninja'd again.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster.
See all our guys warped across with us. Okay, so we're going to have a look around here now. Just want to make sure. Make sure we've got Molliacs in there. Take these guys out. Now our 4 wingmen, they're with us. The rest of the guys have gone to the turret, which was the first stage of our attack. And you can see a little tactical map on the left there. Sorry, on the right hand of the screen. If we hold control, that'll bring it up. We might head over and give them a hand over there in a minute, but we'll take care of these guys first. Alrighty, I think that's all of them in there. Got some cargo. Pick that up. Our guys should be fine on their own. Not a great deal of stuff to pick up. Don't see any pods. So, alright. Just have a quick look around. Alright, so we're going to cruise over to the turret, so we're going to hold down B. And we're going to let go of B, otherwise we're going to overshoot the mark. And this will stop us just before we get there. And we'll get into this battle and help these guys out, taking out the turret. Gonna hit 4, which is our weapon cooler perk. And you can see up the top left there, you can see our 3 generals, and they have their squads under them, the 4 lines there. The 4 green lines next to their little portrait is the 4 fighter pilots that are under them. That's their health. So if you see those lines go down, that means that that they're getting a bit of a hammering. But they seem to be handling it okay. Having a bit of trouble getting locked onto this guy. We'll get up a bit closer. Got Molyak shooting the railgun at him. Okay. Alright. Now you can see over here the green, and there's a 1 there. Now I don't think that's necessarily how many fighters there are. I think it's more like a strength. So we've got to wait here until this line will turn green, and the little icon will turn green, and that'll mean that we've actually taken the station. And then hopefully by then these turrets will stop shooting. We can get hit by these turrets. They don't seem to have particularly good aim. So while we're waiting for that, there is some cargo to pick up. So we'll pick that up. And we will hear we'll hear a voice over the radio saying that they've overtaken the shield section. They need to do some updating with that audio because it always says the shield quarters, even though it's regardless of which part we've taken over. There we go. So once you hear that, and you can see over here this gone green and the 20 here in green. So then you've got to hold down control, and you can hold down your right mouse button or your middle mouse button until that line goes across, and now they'll all warp off to the next stage. Now we sent 2 fighters to the we sent 2 fighters over there, and we only sent 1 to the shield quarters, so I'm going to go and help out the 1. Actually, I'm going to take care of this guy first. So these guys are coming over to try and retake the turret. So I'm going to take care of these guys before I go over there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, they've sent reinforcements over here, so we'll stay here and make sure that we deal with these guys before we move off. Okay, I think that's all of them around here. Got some more cargo, so we'll pick that up. Yeah, if your pilots and soldiers are lower level, you might want to ignore the cargo and just make sure you go and help them out. Alright, so I'm going to head over to the shield quarters now and help these guys out. going to hit it twice because it's on the opposite side of the station and it stopped us at the station. Alright, so let's help these guys out. And I still haven't installed any missiles on this ship. I don't really use them. But I've kind of been waiting to sort of just pick one up as loot, a T4 at least as loot, and then I was going to put it on. But so far I haven't picked one up, so... Where are these guys? Okay, over here. No, taken care of. One more there. Alrighty, so they seem to almost be done over there. There's still a few fighters over there, so I might zip over there and give them a bit of a hand. So this battle engine took me a little while to get used to. So basically you hold it down until you do get the little orange circle up and then release it. If you don't release it, you'll keep zooming past and you'll go too far. You do release it, it'll automatically stop just sort of before you reach the area. And that is sort of only in this, you know, glitch through the station. That's only in this battle mode. That the battle engine, by holding down B like that, works. So you can see the shield quarters on the right, in the right, has gone green, and so is this one. It's a pod there, so I'm going to hit my stabilizer. Going to pick that up before we do anything else. Let's have a quick look if there's any others around. That's the one we just got. There's no cargo. Alright, so we're going to hold down control again. And we're going to hold down our right mouse button. Or the middle mouse button. And now these guys are all going to warp into the main station over there. And we'll go join them. Alright, so there's no more ships around here, at least for the moment. So we're going to head over and we're going to find where our dropship is landing. It's over there, and we're going to jump out down here. So we're going to hold G. I'm not going to bother landing properly, just going to hold G. I'm going to run up and get some cover. Yeah, I'm not the best FPS type of guy. I'm going to pull out my sniper rifle. And once you hear the cheering, then it's all over. Now you can see the health over, well, it's in our little guys. We were showing some of our foot soldiers had taken a bit of damage, but they did survive. Now in this, because this is a tutorial and we're kind of forced into it, we only have the option to destroy it. But later on you can set up your own raids or your own of these types of battles, and you can choose to capture it, which means you keep the station. You can plunder it, which I believe just gives you some gear, gives you some stuff, or you can destroy it. But in this mission, we only have the option to destroy it, so we're going to do that. Confirm destroy. Yeah, we've got to get back up on our ship. And we've got to get away. So we're going to just cruise on over to the... that's not going to let us warp, so... we're just going to zoom away. Still do have our battle engines, I think. So, yeah, we'll just... I think that's well and truly far enough. Let's see if we can warp out now. Can't yet. So we just got to wait for this. Okay, and that's it. Battle's over. Gonna get a radio message come up soon. Did get a level. Pilot level. Pop that in here. Get that one that we forgot to get earlier. I'm gonna keep putting it in there until we get the second tier of that. Okay, so now I'm gonna head off to the Stargate.
Module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster.
Come to the headquarters now. Brains gone crazy. Everyone on the station. We got all that early escape. We don't know what will happen. Just as you don't.
What the fuck was that?
I am not sure. I could only tell that train had gone mad, and that Cole that Elijah had managed to escape from there. We'd better go to HQ right away.
Okay, so that's that mission done, and now we've got to head back to the headquarters because the drain's gone haywire, and that happens regardless of whatever options that we picked during the dialogue section earlier. But that is going to be it for this episode. So if you did enjoy this episode, please leave me a like, leave me a comment below. If you've got any questions about how I've done anything, or not too sure how I got certain screens up, or how I did certain things, or anything that I haven't covered yet in the series. I mean, I've still got a lot planned to cover in the series. If you do have any questions, not an expert on this game by any means, but I do have some tricks and tips up my sleeve, so feel free to comment down below. If you do want to see more, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.